I found myself strangely alone in one of the great baths in Constantinople. All of a sudden, a great tentacly beast came out of the drains and clung to my face. I thought I was going to suffocate, but would you believe it? The daughter of the emperor himself came and she took the thing off my face, and she asked me if I wanted to come to the imperial palace and have it for dinner. Of course. Have you seen her? Who could say no to a woman like that? Oh, my liege, I didn't see you there. Yes, I know that you commanded me directly not to tell any more of my personal adventures because they're so obviously fake, which I'm not sure is a fair assessment. Is there anything I could do for you? Listen, I thought we were past the point where threats were necessary. I have an idea. Would you like to hear more of the Bagrationi, of their dynasty's rise to lead the kingdom of Georgia? Yes, of course, my liege. I will begin immediately. When we left him, Count Bagrat was suffering from typhus, a deadly disease that could put an end to the destiny of his house and of his son before things even started. Trusting in the only one he could, his young doctor, Romelia, he asked her to do her best in her efforts to make him well. And though she was inexperienced, she was able to lessen the symptoms of the typhus and greatly increase the chance that he would become well again. Yeah, if the typhus actually kills him, I really don't know what I'm going to do. I don't think this is possible. Oh wow, he's actually better already. And so, in a very short time, she had completely healed him of his what? No, I didn't just give him typhoid as a hook to keep you engaged so that you wouldn't put me in prison. He actually got typhoid. Who do you think I am? I have integrity as a storyteller when I'm telling other people's stories. Okay, now that that's over, we want to set our brother to try to find some secrets so that we can use it as leverage against our enemy, the Duke. Okay, so a new commander, that's good. He's kind of mean looking, like he's got a rough face over here. He's not a very good warrior either. I need warriors more than I need commanders. But on the other hand, my son is going to need all the help he can get. There's really only one thing that I see that worries me about this guy, and that is the fact that he's vengeful. Vengeful people can be a problem, but we need the warriors, so let's hope we don't regret it. Oh, who is my wife complaining about? This event really bothers me sometimes because, there's nothing you could do to make your wife okay with it. You could throw the person out, which is almost never possible. But I mean, if you pick any of the reasonable options, like trying to figure out why your wife is so mad, she just gets more mad. And it is literally my chancellor's wife. I'm not going to send my chancellor's wife away. He is a good chancellor who, well, he's a decent chancellor who's been doing a decent job. Yeah, obviously, I do expect you to apologize for those baseless accusations, even though it's going to make you super mad. I am way too honest to even consider any other option. Okay, so my brother is having no luck finding any kinds of secrets in Prince Tarnok's domain, but we can use our truth is relative to make his priest, his bishop, like me better. That could be useful, maybe. Maybe. I mean, we could find a use for that. Our good relationship with the Patriarch in Constantinople pays off once more. We definitely have some things that we'd like to develop. Thank you, Patriarch Ignatius. You have helped us to pay for the development of our territory and increase the strength of the remaining Orthodox church members here in the Caucasus region. Now, what are we going to take? We need to make more money. Probably we'll do... I'm not sure. Probably we'll end up doing hill farms. Yeah, the longer this goes for, it feels like Bishop Bollock and... Oh, I was just going to talk about you. Patriarch Ignatius are really important to our success. We have become extraordinarily indebted to them. Our decision to work more closely with the church in order to make our territory stronger has been very profitable, but it also means that we're probably very, very indebted to these two men. My wife died? That's unexpected. My wife died. The last thing that she did before she died was encourage some chivalry and make me more prestigious. Count Bagrat is going to arrange a fully political marriage with someone in the Byzantine Empire. It is the kind of marriage that nobody really expects to take place. Count Bagrat is an old man, and we're going to marry someone very young, just as an excuse for us to make an alliance with somebody near our power level. We can support them, and they can support us, and the likelihood is that I'll die or will agree to break the betrothal before the marriage ever takes place. Yeah, she seems like a good choice. Her father seems like someone who's about at my level that might be able to help us out. Development is increasing quite well in Kekheti. Oh, our family is getting inextricably tied up with the church. Balk here, once more, part of a learning event, and most likely we're going to give him the hook. Actually, the money... No, we're going to give him the hook because... No, we need the money more. Always taking money from the church. Always making ourselves more indebted to them. Our nephew, Garam, is always getting work done. Another commander to help grow the army for the time when my son needs it. This guy actually just seems straight good. No question about him at all. Not like the last guy. Definitely just picking him up right away. Let's see. We probably should consider doing some marriages. Our court does look a lot stronger than it did at the beginning of the game. This is the kid that I was trying to train for a future steward, and he is just not doing a good job. He's, I think, my great-nephew. He's just never gonna make it. An alliance. An offer of alliance from Prince Ashot of the Armenian Principalities. That's actually a pretty good alliance for me. He has a lot more troops than I do. He's not terribly strong, but neither am I. And he's quite close. Could be really useful just to dissuade my enemies from attacking me. He is part of the Abbasid Empire, though, and that means he won't be able to help me with them. But otherwise, it's a good alliance, and it's free, right? Can't turn down free. Bulk. Visions of the Divine. This is the one where you're messing with angels. He is not going to like any of the outcomes of this, except the one where I just say we don't do it. Yeah, I mean, even if I don't necessarily think that this matters, I do want to keep up the appearance of being dedicated to the church. It's going to be especially important soon. Count Bagrationi, I come to you bearing a letter from the ecclesiastical patriarch in Constantinople, Ignatius. It has come to his attention that Armenia is soon to request that you join them in a war against a small province within the Abbasid Empire, for your interests and his own, that Christianity, even the groups of Christians that do not at this time accept ecclesiastical rule, are supported against the Muslims in your region. He assumes that, as he has done many great favors for you, you will not deny his request. Our relationship is actually trending upwards in spite of the fact that I've been taking money away from him every single opportunity that I could. That's good. Oh. I'm not really sure that this war is in my best interest. But I mean, it is sort of in support of strengthening Christians in the region, so I guess that's a good enough reason why I should participate. Yeah. All right. I think it's what the I think it's what the Patriarch would want. All right, so we've been fighting for nearly a year. Hopefully this is going to be done soon. We're going to chase him down, and that has done it. The war is over. I've done my duty to the Patriarch. I have supported Christianity in the Caucasus region. Now hopefully he'll continue to show support for my endeavors. And once more, we receive some donations for our service to the ecclesiarchy, from Patriarch Ignatius. His donations are going to go directly into increasing our men-at-arms and making it so that our son will have even more strength, getting ever closer to the actual strength required for when he attempts to take that territory which was stolen from me on my father's death. I do wonder if it's going to be enough. I do wonder if we're going to be able to provide David with everything he needs to make his conquest before we die, but we are going to make the best attempt we possibly can. Oh, my dear brother, you know what? Just take a break for a while. What? This is good news. This is a peasant rebellion. There has been a peasant rebellion in Tbilisi. As long as nobody else makes a fast move here, we're going to be able to take Tbilisi, which is part of the territory that makes up the duchy that our county is in. Wow, what an opportunity. This is actually really big. To His Holiness Patriarch Ignatius of the Eternal Church in Constantinople, I come to you with a request. Count Bagrat wishes for us to acknowledge a claim on a region just to the south of Kekheti, known as Tbilisi. An opportunity has arisen because the territory is currently held by a peasant in revolt. He wishes for your permission to restore the region to proper Christian hands. With your approval, I shall get the process underway immediately. Your servant, Bishop Balk of Kekheti. Yes, Bishop Balk, go in and fabricate us a claim to Tbilisi so that we can expand our territory. This is an extraordinarily useful opportunity because everybody around us is so much stronger than us. Being able to expand to 2 counties instead of just having 1 should make a big difference. It'll mean that we can invest our money better in order to get our son the troops he needs, and hopefully we can also make like a stronger heartland to our future kingdom. To Count Bagrationi. Pursuant the letter that I received from Bishop Balk, you have my permission to proceed forward. All of the documents seem to be in order, and your claim has been acknowledged. Restore Tbilisi to proper ecclesiastic rule in the name of our Lord, yours in faith, Ecclesiastical Patriarch Ignatius in Constantinople. Okay, just a tiny bit longer and we're going to be ready. Ready to fulfill our desire to, in the service of the church, take back this territory that definitely should not be in the hands of some random peasant leader, and control it ourselves to help our son in his ultimate goal of retaking that which was once ours. And we are ready for the war. Time to declare it. Everything is aligned. Let's raise all of our troops and attack immediately. It shouldn't be very difficult. He's not particularly strong. And once we've killed his army once, it'll just be a case of sieging his castle, seizing his capital, until we are finally in control. Our brother is still out there doing his work, convincing people to like us. Oh, and that's it. That's all there is to it. We took him in the very first battle. All right. What a short war. That really makes us think that the ecclesiarchy has something going for it. It seems like God is in our camp this time. Ah, good timing. It seems like not only is God on our side, but so is the Patriarch. giving us some money so that we can start to immediately improve development in our new county. Starting to feel like it might actually be possible, a little bit longer, and we'll probably get to like 1,500 troops with good alliances. Our son can possibly even succeed. Which, I have to admit, at the beginning, I doubted was even possible. Remember how we got betrothed and said we would probably die before it mattered? Well, we were so involved in all the other things we were doing in service of the church and in service of ourselves that we forgot to break the betrothal, and now we are married. And our wife is pregnant. Hopefully nothing bad happens. Our son is also now married. Here's his wife. May they have many healthy children. So, Mayor Guram and Mayor Guram both want positions on my council. This Mayor Guram, is a much better spy master than my brother is. Like, way better. But it would feel strange to remove my brother from the position after he served me in it this long and done a pretty good job. I mean, he hasn't found many secrets, but he has definitely helped me to become closer to a lot of people in the region who may be useful later. Yeah, there's no way I can betray him by removing him. So, I think things have been going really well. I wasn't expecting to be able to do this well. And I don't just mean me. I mean Count Bagrat. I mean, to a degree, he knew this attempt to get the church on his side so he could improve his son's chance of retaking the territory he lost as a boy hinged on a lot of random factors that he might not be able to control. What? So, well, that's interesting. Right now, I decide to let some witch free and I literally die? Maybe she was a witch. Maybe that was divine retribution. Jeez. That was unexpected. Honestly, unexpected. I was just talking about how good a job we were doing, and now we're doing no job at all. Our army is not strong enough. Our two forces are not even close currently. We would need to come up with some kind of really drastic plan in order to be able to win this war. I don't know how much, without our father's influence over the church, we can make a difference here. It might be possible. His personal troops aren't that strong. I don't really think there's much in here that will make a difference, though, unless we start going down a completely different tree, which is not in order. Anyway, I was saying, the Duke's personal troops aren't that strong, but he does have a really good alliance. He is now aligned with Armenia, and has been for quite a long time, and we are no longer aligned with... Yeah, we're just going to go down to Overseer, because there's really nothing we can do to quickly fix the situation here. I don't want to wait like 4 traits in to get the knight improvement. We are a good commander. And we've become king while we're still quite young, and that gives us a long time to get some things done. I don't know. The next part of this is going to be very difficult. We're going to have to find a way to conquer territory from someone who is materially quite stronger than us. And to be honest, I have no reason to believe it's going to be easy for us to shift that. We may have to start considering radical strategies in order to win, if we're going to be able to win at all. Although the situation for Count David is not perfect, it isn't hopeless. His rival, Prince Tornik, only has a small amount more troops than him. It's in his alliances that his strength really lies. Should Count David make some strong alliances of his own, he will be able to fight his rival and possibly restore the inheritance that was stolen from his father. In the later years of his father's life, he had 2 daughters, who are both very young. In spite of their young age, David is perfectly willing to use them as leverage to create the alliances he needs to stand up against his rival. I hope you enjoyed the story. I enjoyed telling it. Next time, we will see whether or not David can come up with some kind of strategy that will allow him to retake the lands that were unjustly stolen from his father, and possibly even begin the process of forming the Kingdom of Georgia, to act as a strong bulwark between the Abbasid Empire and Christianity in the West. I hope you anticipate the next story as much as I anticipate telling it. I hope to see you again then.